What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel, So Focused Marketing and Promotions, Tech and Lifestyle channel. I'm your host, Mr. I'm So Focused. All right, listen. This is gonna be the simplest dog feeding video that you ever gonna see on the internet, YouTube, wherever you looking at. I'm gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna give y'all the most famous tip that I've learned throughout this feeding my dogs, and that I've learned through my research. All right, I'm not gonna give y'all that tip yet, so y'all just stand by for that. But listen, this is gonna be the simplest dog food video ever. I've seen a lot of dog ingredients, the barf diet, the raw meat diet, the regular kibble diet, all of it. I'm not saying that none of those things are wrong. All I'm saying is that works for those people, and that works for their dogs. You got to do what works for your dog. That's it. If your dog is not, I mentioned this before on my channel. Go back, watch some previous videos. And I don't got too much dog feeding videos, but the three, maybe 2 or 3 that I got, I always say your dog has to be genetically embedded in your dog to look the way the dog looks. No matter what you feed your dog, no matter what you do with your dog, no matter what you give it, any enhancements, any powders, all of that stuff really doesn't matter. Listen to me when I tell y'all that, man. All right, so this right here is gonna be the simplest one. If you want to feed your dog a raw meat diet, feed your dog a raw meat diet, but feed your dog a raw meat diet for your dog's health, not to get it bulky like a bodybuilder, not to make it short, not to make it fat, I wouldn't say fat, I mean stocky, because I don't think nobody wants their dog fat. But walk your dog, do whatever. If your dog is not like if you had let's say an English bulldog, let's just say that off the top, that dog is not built to be exercising 100 times a day and running around in the park or doing whatever. That dog is meant to just eat, sleep, and do the last thing that everybody knows what I'm about to say. All right, that's all that dog is meant to do. That's it. That's all that dog wants to do. You making that dog work out extra is not going to give that dog muscles. It's not going to make that dog, more agile, more responsive to, playing fetch or doing whatever. It's not going to happen. So this is not to knock nobody's, ingredients that they have on the internet. But listen, I've studied YouTube. I've watched a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of people's dog videos. I watch a lot of people's, dog diets. I watched a lot of people, whatever. I won't even, whatever. We're going to keep this video positive, and this is going to be the most simplest dog ingredient video that you're going to see on YouTube. All right, got a lot of videos out there. They call it the barf diet, which is I guess mostly raw meats, peas, carrots. You feed your dog like a human being. You know what I'm saying? And that works for some people, and that works for some people's situations. Some people take their dogs to shows. They want their dogs to look fit all the time. Some people, just have their dogs in the house, or they're breeding their dogs constantly. Those dogs have to maintain, good health at all times and stuff like that. But if you just got your regular house dog and you just want your dog to look, presentable, and you want your dog to be healthy or whatever, just do what works for your dog. Everything is a template. You do not have to go by what somebody is telling you to do, because it might not work for your dog. And that's just not dog recipes. That's in life in general. You take a template, you read it, and you do what works for you, and you apply it to what works for you in your life. All right? So that's just YouTube in general. All right? Everything is a template. You look at it and you just say, all right, I'm gonna take this out of this, I'm gonna take this out of this, I'm gonna take that out of it. I'm not doing that for sure. I'm definitely not doing that. My dog is not built like that. I don't have that kind of dog. My dog, doesn't even look like that dog. I don't want my dog to look like that dog, but I like some of the features his dog has. His dog is nice, but at the end of the day, that's not my dog. That's it. It's not my dog. So I got to do what's right for my dog and what I want and how it applies to my life. How I move around, how my dog moves around, how my dog temperament is, how my dog sleep, how my dog eats, how my dog, plays, sleeps, and all of that. So again, when you're watching these dog videos on YouTube, make sure you do what works for your dog. What your dog likes is not the same thing as what my dog might like. And at the end of this video, if you're new here, if you're liking this information, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit that thumbs up. Put the post notifications on so you can get these videos as soon as I release them. So if you like what you're seeing here, just do all of that. If you're not gonna do none of that, just sit back and be entertained, absorb the information, and use it at your will. All right. So what we doing here? This is what I feed my dogs every morning. That my dogs only eat one time a day. All right. And again, I'm saying everything that I'm saying is for my dogs. You feed your dogs 2 times, 3 times a day, whatever you want to do. But I'm just telling you what I do with my dogs, because I don't want to tell you to do with your dogs and then your dogs might not respond to it. Even though some of my videos, they reached out to some people. A guy hit me up and he said, I don't remember his name off the top, but he hit me up and said, man, I wish my dogs would eat like your dogs. True story. He said, I wish my dogs would eat like your dogs. He saw one of my videos. I told him what to do. Simple. And he wrote me back and he said, thanks a lot, man. It worked like a charm. And that's a true story. So these are the videos that I'm just putting out. I'm just telling you what to do, what dogs like. And you got to understand that at the end of the day, a dog is a dog. A dog is going to eat whatever you put in front of it. If the dog likes it, you got to know what your dog likes. These are animals that if you put them out in the woods, they're going to fend for themselves. So they're going to eat whatever whatever you put in front of them, but it's all about what you want your dog to have nutritionally and what you want your dog to have, for health reasons, to keep your dogs, to prolong your dog's life as long as you can. And that's just it in a nutshell. All right. And ain't no YouTuber or whatever. I watch a lot. Like I said, I watch it, and no YouTuber ever said that, what I just gave y'all, that jewel right there. All you trying to do is prolong your dog's life and to have your dog healthy as possible for the long run. No matter what you're doing with your dog, as I said before, breeding it, working the dog out, or just having a good old fashioned house dog. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know that when you're watching people on YouTube, they are talking about their dogs. They're not talking about your dog. They're not telling you. They just saying they not putting that in the title. They're just talking about their dogs because they only have their dogs to work with. They don't have your dog in their house that they feed every day, that they watch grow, that they watch his abilities. They watch, how he or she, sleeps, eats, how the stool is looking. That's a big factor. So if you got just a regular old house dog, you might not want to feed your dog, a barf diet, or you might not want to feed it kibble every day. You got to do what works for your dog. All right. Do your research. When you're feeding your dog, there's nothing wrong with kibble. There's nothing wrong with the barf diet. When I say the barf diet, is like, the chicken, the whole chicken, and stuff like that. When you see people feeding their dog raw chicken and stuff like that. In some cases, it is good to feed your dog raw chicken. 100%, absolutely. 100%. If your dog's not eating, if your dog, if she's pregnant and she's not eating the food, and you want her to get her to start eating, boil a chicken breast, no bones, shred it up. Put it in, mix it with her kibble. By instinct, any dog is going to eat that. 100% your dog is going to eat that. let me just say 90% your dog is going to eat that, because then, 100% means all dogs are going to eat it. But for instinct, a dog is not going to be able to, well, the average dog may not be able to resist the chicken, the boiled chicken. That's like for pregnant dogs. If she not, because if your dog's gonna be giving birth or she's pregnant, she's gonna stop eating at a certain point, and you might be concerned about that. So, just take that little tip also. She's gonna eat it. Trust me, she's gonna scarf it down. Mix it with a little bit of Dine or whatever, and she's gonna scarf that down. All right, let me get back to this video. So I just gave y'all some information. I didn't want to hold y'all too long, but I just wanted to let y'all know, if you're looking for a diet for your dog, make sure you do what works for your dog. All right, so this is what I give Karma and Cash every morning. This is good old-fashioned Victor, the yellow bag. That's what I'm feeding them now, but you can feed them whatever bag you want. They got the yellow bag. They got the light blue, black, with the black stripes with the gold bag. They got the purple bag. They got the blue bag. Whatever you want your dog to eat, just look at the first ingredient when you turn the bag around, and that's mainly what's inside the dog food. All right? So that's what you feed your dog. That's what I got here. It's just regular kibble. And for the kibble, a little tip also is put a little bit of warm water in there also, because this stuff is dry, so just mix it with a little bit of water, a little bit of warm water at the bottom, and then shake it up, just like cereal, just to give them a coating on the bottom so they're not eating totally dry, totally dry food. And that right there is just good old-fashioned ice water. And then I got some eggs here. I give them each one egg. I don't do the eggs every day. I just, sometimes is every other day I give them the egg. Again, this is what I do. But they love that egg, just like they love that chicken that I mentioned previously. And then this right here is excellent, not just for the dogs, it's excellent for you also. The organic apple cider, raw and filtered apple cider vinegar. So listen, again, this is what I do, and this, might work for your dog. I give them one cap full of this, and then I take one swig for myself. This stuff is good for your health also, and I'm not going to get all, human beings. We're talking about the dogs now, but I give my dog, I'm telling you what I do. I give each of them one cap full of this, and then I drink one cap myself. And, just look it up, man. This thing works wonders. This ingredient right here, it'll change your life. Let's just leave it at that. All right? So I take the one egg, crack it, and then I open it up, let it drop, and then I crush up the eggshell. All right? And then you just get in there. And then you just mix it all in. I'm gonna show y'all my dogs later. For the new people that's that's new here, I got two micro bullies, Karma and Cash. Cash is the boy, Karma is the girl. I'll show y'all them at the end of this video. Actually, I'll show y'all while they eating. And this is what I do for my dogs. Just do your research, man. You can feed your dog kibble all day long. It's all good. Don't feel ashamed for that. You can feed your dog a barf diet, raw meat diet. You want to cook for your dog, put it on whatever. You want to feed your dog table scraps. Some people, their dogs live by that stuff. Listen, just do what works for your dog. Again, when you're watching these YouTube videos, remember, that guy has his dogs in his house. He doesn't have your dog in his house. That's it. There's a big generalization. You have to do what works for your dog. That's it. Just remember that. You know, other YouTubers telling y'all that. You know, I don't consider myself a big YouTuber, none of that. I'm just trying to pass the knowledge along that I've learned. And I'm just trying to give y'all the raw, you know, the real deal. You know, I get it. It's YouTube, got to be entertaining, whatever. But some people also come here to get information and whatever. Let's just say a lot of the information is their information. It's not your information. All right? And that's the realest, you know, realest thing you're gonna hear on this YouTube. But again, so that's it. I put the eggshell in there with the yolk, and then this is how it looks at the end. Sometimes I mix Dime, but I don't like to give Carmen Cash too much Dime because they're not that much active dogs, you know. They're not highly active dogs, I should say. That sounds better. They're not highly active dogs, so the Dime is just like candy for the dogs, you know, like for big dogs, I should say. If you got a little small dog, you know, a puppy that you just brought home and you just want to make sure that the dog is going to eat, yeah, mix it up with the Dime, you know, crush some of the Victor up. We'll do all of that. Just stay tuned to the channel and I'll show y'all all of that. Let's get this video to 500 likes, and I'll keep doing more feeding videos, and you know, 500 likes. Just keep smashing that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's just get this video to 500 likes. And hit that subscribe button, post notifications on. Let me get Carmen Cash's food because they waiting for it, and I'll be back in a minute to show y'all what my dogs look like, their coat, and all of that good stuff. All right, stand by. All right, y'all, as promised, check them out. That's Cash. That's Cash, that's the boy, and this is Karma. And this is Karma, the girl. Short like, you know, a puppy, but, you know, she's stacked. Those new to my channel, this is Karma. I just wanted to show y'all how they look, and that's what I feed them, and that I just showed y'all in the last clip. All right? Get a better look at her. She's small. I put my shoe next to her. That's how small she is. I wear size, that's a size 10.5 right there. So that's how small she is. All right, Cash on the other hand, it's a big boy. See him? Tricolor. 11 inches up on the withers. That boy is crazy. And you see how quick he ate that food. The miracle ingredient is the egg, y'all. It's the egg. And to keep they coat clear and they insides cleaned out. It's the apple cider vinegar. All right. Just gave y'all a little tip. Pass the information along, all right? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get this video to 500 likes. All right, hit that thumbs up and turn your post notifications on. All right, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Like I say at the end of every video, 3 things in life you gotta remember and never forget it. Trust God, love family, and stay focused. Until the next video, stay focused, y'all.